What's going on, guys? I know it's been a little minute, but me and Facility have prepared a whole series of NFL prospects that's going to be going to the NFL this year. And we're going to run you through the top guys we think how will fare in the NFL, what their outlook is, and we're just going to get into it. Starting us off is going to be Cam Ward today.
Yeah, Cam Ward is the QB out of the University of Miami, and in his last season at Miami, he had over 4,300 passing yards, 39 passing touchdowns, 7 picks. He's 6'2", 220 pounds, and he just went 9-3 with Miami. He was a Heisman finalist, had a really good season there. And now I'm gonna give it back to Rico, and he's gonna talk about Cam Ward's skill set, some comparisons for him, and break down a few plays from his film at Miami.
Yeah, you want to talk about Miami last year? I mean, they were a good team, but they weren't astonishing. He didn't have a Jamar Chase, he didn't have Jay Jettas, but he had a good team, good wide receiver core, good O line. So I think that will transfer into the NFL a little bit, somewhat. I think he can fare on his own. He doesn't have to have an all-star lineup like Caleb Williams had and failed. We don't gotta talk about that though. But I'm not gonna sit here and compare Cam Ward to Mahomes and all the top QBs like everyone else does. In my eyes, I think borderline if he busts, like worst of the worst, he's a borderline QB1 Tyrod Taylor. But that's just the worst. Don't get mad at me for saying that. Now, I think where he's going to end up at is like mid tier, but still a good QB, Baker Mayfield. I can see a lot of comparisons between them. Baker Mayfield has a great arm, great game manager, the ability to scramble and create plays out of nothing. And I think that's where he could end up somewhere in his career. And that's a good place to land. Not bad mid tier of QBs. But if we're really gonna talk about Cam Ward's potential, like all the way up here, man, I see prime Russell Wilson all over him. I mean, the play extensions, the arm ability, and it's just escapability. It's just all over the place. He can almost do anything he wants with the ball in his hands, and he's a playmaker. One of the most exciting college QBs to watch, and I can't wait to see what he does in the NFL. But let's get into his plays that he made at the U. So, in this first play, you're going to see him roll out to the left, sit in the pocket, and just make an insane throw while being pressured into the back of the end zone and get that touchdown. That's just a great play by Cam Ward. Now, let's just talk about how hard it is to make an off balance throw rolling to the opposite arm that you're throwing on and to get a touchdown. And the wide receiver just finishes that play. And then the next play, you're going to see Cam Ward step up in the pocket. He picks up the blitz by the DN on the left side, and he steps up, runs through two defensive linemen, kind of shifts over to his wide receiver over there, kind of fakes the pass a little bit, and then he just runs through those tackles, slides down, but picks up the first down. That's a great play by Cam Ward. And then this final play we have here, it's going to be an insane throw. Nothing spectacular, but it's a great throw that's going to translate well to the NFL. He's going to sit in the pocket. He has time. He's composed. We got to talk about that. His composure is a big key to his game. But he just sits there, calm, cool, and collected, and he makes a tight window pass through the safety in the corner to his receiver, and the receiver goes on to score a touchdown. Fits it right in. There's that arm talent. Beautiful throw by Cam Ward, and I don't even think we need to talk about his arm strength. But overall, Cam Ward, I see Russell Wilson as his ceiling, prime Russell Wilson, and his composure, his confidence, and of course his skill set is all things we all know about him. Heisman candidate, of course, but this is a really skilled QB, and I just see him doing big things at the next level.
Yeah, now when it comes to Cam Ward at the NFL level, a lot of people, as you may know, are predicting Cam Ward to go number one overall to the Tennessee Titans. And I actually kind of like this spot, even though number one overall pick team is usually a pretty bad team, which the Titans are a pretty bad team. They are a decent spot for Cam Ward, and the reason why I think that is because they're just gonna give Cam Ward the freedom to let his skill set shine. Like we saw with Will
Mhm,
Levis last year,
for sure.
even though he wasn't a great quarterback, they would just let him drop back, put his receivers on go routes, post routes, crossing routes, and just let it rip, let him move around. And that's what Cam Ward does really well. He moves around, he throws the deep ball, he extends plays. And offensive coordinator Brian Callahan, I know he's their head coach, but he calls the plays. He's just gonna let Cam Ward be himself and make those big plays. And I'm excited to see what he can do, looking like he's going to go to the Titans. Another team that would be pretty cool to see him on would be the Giants. I mean,
Mhm.
who wouldn't want to see Cam Ward and Malik Neighbors? That would be an electric young duo.
For sure.
And Russell Wilson got signed to New York, and like Rico just said, Russell Wilson is a guy that we see Cam Ward in kind of. So to see Russell Wilson be able to mentor Cam Ward and help him develop his skill set would be a really cool thing to see in New York.
Yeah, that would be very nice. Man, we all know what this kid can do. He's so exciting to watch. Electric. We know how he extends plays. And no, we're not just going to sit there. And we did not compare him to Patrick Mahomes like everyone else. We gave good comparisons. But let us know what y'all think about Cam Ward, how he'll fare in the NFL. That's our first video of the NFL Prospect Series. And y'all need to stay tuned because we're going to be covering a lot more in the near future. Great talk with you guys, and we're going to be seeing you guys later. Peace.
Peace.